everyone, welcome back. This is exercise 5 that I'm about to show you. My name is Annie Bonsignor. I am a singer-songwriter and vocal coach, and I have already uploaded 4 other exercises. So if you're joining me for the first time, I recommend going to my playlist and starting at number 1 and going in order, because there is an order to these exercises. And you should try and stick with the order until I bring you more exercises, and there are plenty. Okay, so the last exercise we did was a wahoo wahoo wah exercise, and that was to really loosen up the jaw and do other things as well. Now this exercise is going to make you feel like you've done some stomach crunches if you do them right. And it might take some time to get this right. Okay, so don't be too tough on yourselves. Once again, just be patient, and it is pretty technical, okay? So just practice with me, and I want you to repeat after me. So you're going to repeat, ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha. Your turn. Good. Okay, so let's try that again. Do it with me. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha. And it's all in one breath, okay? So it's not going to be ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha, because you might get dizzy and you might pass out. So I'd like you to try that all in one breath. So ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha, and then stop. And it's not finished. So there's a little bit more there. So it goes ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Okay, so it's like a belly aching laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, I know I look really ridiculous doing that, but try it for me. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Your turn. Good. Okay, so now if you feel like you're not quite getting that little belly oomph from the diaphragm, that little extra push, you can actually, if you can handle doing 2 things at once, I know sometimes I can't, but if you're left-handed or right-hand, whichever one is preferred, you can actually add a little punch to your side. Not like a punch like this, and not like a judge doing this. You're actually going to go forward like that. Whoops. I dropped my microphone. Sorry. So, whoops, wrong side. I'm getting there. Okay. So a little punch to the side of you, just so that it's you can really just feel a little punch on the ha. So it's going to be ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. And this should all be done in one breath, okay? So now I'm going to show you the notes. So I'm going to do this really slowly because it is a little bit tricky, okay? So it goes like this. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Okay? It is a little bit faster once you get the hang of it. But let's do that again. So it's ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Again. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Good. And your hand should be quite relaxed next to you. So we're going to continue doing these from your lowest point, just like with the other videos, and we're going to go all the way to your highest point as well, okay? And then all the way back down. So it's really going to stretch your range, and you're going to work that diaphragm really well, okay? So we're going to do this together. One more thing, try and keep your jaw nice and open. That's what all of the other exercises were for, to loosen that jaw. So don't go ha, 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 ha. It might actually help to do this in front of the mirror, okay? So that you can see how wide you are opening up. Because a lot of people think they're opening up a lot, but they're like this. Okay? So let's try this together all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end, and then we'll talk again. Deep breath. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, 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 ha. Breathe. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha. Breathe. Ha, hup, ha, hup, ha, ha. Breathe. Getting high now. So now the higher we're getting, I want you to feel or think about it like you're singing up, okay? I don't want you to sing like this, but just feel like you really have to lift. Don't look down when you're singing. I'd like you to try and just stay. If you're looking out the window, find a point you can look at, or if you're looking at the mirror, try to keep your eyes level, okay? So there are a few other tips that I would tell you in this video, but it's actually a little bit farther along. I don't want you to get too confused with all of this information. But you're going to try and keep that openness. And on the high notes now, okay, I'll tell you. So the higher you're getting with these notes, naturally the voice starts to sound a little bit piercing on those very high notes. I don't know if you've ever noticed that it's like sounding when you're singing really, really high. So a little tip for when you're doing your smealing videos would be to add a cushion shape around the word, around the note. So instead of singing on those very high notes, you go ah, so slightly round, okay, slightly round shape. So now let's try this. So you'll notice that I'm going to sing a little bit more sound on my very, very high notes. Guys, if this is getting too high for you, you can stop and just come back in where you feel comfortable. Ladies, same goes for you. Okay, let's try this together. And breathe. Sorry, I just want to put this down while I'm doing this exercise because it's making some noises. Let's do this again. And let's go. Breathe. Breathe. Coming down now. Breathe. Keep going, guys. I think you got it. I think we got it. Okay, so you did the ha-hop exercise. One other thing I should have mentioned when we were doing it, I realized that I forgot to mention something, but that should all be in one breath. So after that long note, don't take a little breath there to top up. See if you can actually get through the whole thing on one breath. So it should be instead of don't breathe there, okay? So get a nice long note and then it pauses and then it continues. For those of you who are battling to get those little short notes at the end, let me take this down a little bit. So I'm just going to explain it really slowly. Da, 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 da. Those are the notes, okay? And I see that my time is almost up, so I have to run. Name's Annie Bonsignor. Please go to my website at anniebonsignor.com and subscribe. I also have a YouTube channel with tons of original music on there and an album on iTunes. So if you're interested in purchasing my album or whatever, you can. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Annie Bonsignor Music. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.